What did a recruit's mom pack that horrified the drill sergeant? I found out during our third week of basic training at Fort Moore when Drill Sergeant Williams was conducting his weekly footlocker inspection. Everything started normal. Williams was going through each recruit's gear, finding the usual contraband. Hidden candy bars, extra socks, letters from girlfriends, standard stuff that earned you push-ups and a lecture about following regulations. Then he got to Private Jake Mitchell's footlocker. Williams opened it up and immediately froze. His face went from stern to confused to absolutely horrified in about 3 seconds. "What in the holy hell is this?" he screamed, pulling out what looked like a first aid kit the size of a small refrigerator. The thing was massive, bright red, with about 50 different compartments and zippers. Jake turned bright red. "That's my emergency medical kit, Drill Sergeant. My mom packed it for me. She's a nurse." Williams started opening compartments. Inside was enough medical supplies to stock a small hospital. Bandages, splints, thermometers, blood pressure cuffs, surgical gloves, antiseptic wipes, pain medications, allergy pills, stomach remedies, cold medicine, cough drops, throat lozenges. But it got worse. Much worse. Williams kept digging and found a laminated instruction manual titled Jacob's Complete Health and Safety Guide for Military Service, written in his mother's handwriting. The manual was 47 pages long. I counted. Williams started reading sections out loud to the entire platoon. "If Jacob experiences homesickness, give him 2 Tylenol and call me immediately. Here's my phone number, work number, and emergency contact. If Jacob gets a runny nose, he needs exactly 1 teaspoon of this cough syrup every 4 hours. Do not exceed this dosage or he gets drowsy and cranky." The whole platoon was trying desperately not to laugh. Some guys were biting their lips so hard they drew blood. I was shaking from suppressed laughter. Williams found a separate section labeled Jacob's dietary requirements that listed foods he was allergic to, foods he disliked, and his preferred meal schedule. His mom had actually written a note requesting that the Army accommodate his sensitive stomach. Then came the clothing section. Jake's mom had packed enough underwear for 6 months, labeled by day of the week. Monday underwear, Tuesday underwear, all the way through Sunday. Each pair was in its own plastic bag with washing instructions, but the absolute worst discovery was at the bottom of the kit. Williams pulled out a small baby monitor, a working baby monitor with 2 units, one for Jake's bunk and one that his mom apparently expected someone to monitor. The instruction manual explained that Jake had night terrors sometimes, and someone should listen for distressed sounds and call his mother if he seemed upset during sleep. Williams held up the baby monitor like it was radioactive material. "Private Mitchell," he said slowly. "Your mother expects us to babysit you with electronics?" Jake was practically in tears. "She just worries about me, Drill Sergeant. I'm her only son. She wanted to make sure I'd be safe." The inspection continued. Williams found a collection of stuffed animals for comfort, a nightlight shaped like a teddy bear, and a CD player with lullabies for better sleep. Each item came with detailed instructions for proper use. Williams looked like he was having a nervous breakdown. In 15 years of training recruits, he'd never seen anything like this. The medical kit alone violated about 20 different regulations. "Here's what's going to happen," Williams announced to the platoon. "Private Mitchell is going to call his mother right now and explain military regulations. Then we're shipping this entire care package back home." Jake spent the next hour on the phone with his mom while Williams supervised. We could hear her crying through the receiver, asking if her baby was getting enough to eat and staying warm at night. The conversation ended with Jake promising to write home every single day and his mother agreeing to stop sending care packages that violated military policy. 3 months later, Jake graduated basic training with the rest of us. Turned out to be one of the toughest guys in our platoon once he got away from his mother's overprotection. Williams kept that instruction manual in his office for the rest of his career. New drill sergeants would read it during training as an example of helicopter parenting gone wrong. Jake made it through 2 deployments and became a staff sergeant. Last I heard, he was training new recruits himself. His mother still calls him every Sunday, but she's learned to let her son be a soldier. The baby monitor sits in Williams' retirement shadow box right next to his service ribbons.